The Oregon legislature ended their long biennial session late Friday night. Now, this session, which started in January, focused on a wide range of issues from the state, including from education, housing, and tackling mental health challenges. But when the gavel fell, there wasn't consensus on the massive transportation package that in part funds ODOT, the Oregon Department of Transportation. Governor Kotek held a rare Saturday press briefing this morning, and our Celine Stevens is here now live in the newsroom with more about what happens next for ODOT. Celine.
So, John, according to the governor, the next step includes layoffs for over 600 employees at the Oregon Department of Transportation. ODOT has been dealing with revenue problems for years, and with the failure of this package, this means no new funding or flexibility. Now, those notices are set to go out as soon as next week.
It was too big, it was too complicated, and I think that's what at the end of the day ran the calendar out.
The giant transportation package, House Bill 2025, was pushed by Democrats to shore up funding to address Oregon's chronic transportation funding challenges, but Republican lawmakers called it the largest tax hike in state history. It died Friday in session.
And their best idea was to crush Oregonians with more costs and more taxes. We're talking about an agency that needed a few $100 million to balance, and their response was a $12 billion transportation tax.
The smaller amended bill that was then pushed forward, House Bill 3402, also didn't make it when the gavel fell Friday. Governor Tina Kotek speaking on the outcome Saturday morning.
There was a lot of hard work to get it to a comprehensive transportation package, and legislators at the end of the day could not get that over the finish line.
Late Friday, Republicans said they could not support the package, saying Democrats went about it all wrong.
We are still leaving truckers at an imbalance. They're still overpaying their fair share. And this last ditch, 3402?
Yep.
I don't even know what it was because it
That's
never
what it
came
was.
out of the House.
Yeah.
But it would have made it worse.
And as we would reach across the aisle and we would say, there's plenty of money, let's redirect some of it, we were rebuffed, right? Like that wasn't their solution. Their solution was straight up new taxes at every turn.
They also said the late unveiling of the transportation package just a few weeks ago didn't give them enough time. As for Democrats, they also spoke out after the session, saying it's not that simple.
I would point to the process that led up to the session. I said in my closing speech that sometimes when things look easy, it's not that the thing was easy, it's that you put in a massive amount of work to get the thing done before it actually gets done in the legislature.
The $11.7 billion transportation package laid out a plan to raise funding through multiple channels, including a gas tax hike and new pay-per-mile tax system for electric vehicles. The other variable lawmakers faced was shifting federal funding, so many believed the state had to step up.
The federal government, unless I can see it, isn't coming in to start helping our local communities with their transit needs.
With the failure of the smaller bill, HB 3402, ODOT will have to adjust to the shortfall. They released this statement Saturday, stating that since last summer, ODOT has broadly shared that if the legislature did not address this shortfall during this legislative session, deeper cuts would have to start in the 2025 to 2027 biennium. They added that next week, ODOT will begin the layoff process. By the end of July, hundreds of positions will no longer be at ODOT. Still, Governor Kotek said there was hard and good work done during the session, with investments being made in mental health and addiction care, education, the homeless crisis, and dedicated funding for wildfires. But she had strong words directed at state GOP leaders.
For whatever reason, people couldn't come together as Oregonians to fund that, and I will put that at the feet of the folks who could have made that happen, and that is the Republican leadership.
As for what comes next,
today's another day, today's a new day. We're going to figure this out, and I need every lawmaker. I don't care how tired you are. I don't care what your vacation plans are. We are going to solve this.
Now, when asked if there will be a special session, the governor simply said her job is to get the job done and that she has the tools at her disposal to get that done. Now, ODOT said that Oregonians will soon experience a less reliable transportation system, but they will do the best they can with their resources to keep Oregonians safe. We also reached out to Republicans this afternoon for their response to all this and expect to hear from some of them later tonight. John?
All right, Celine Stevens tonight. Celine, thank you so much for that comprehensive report.